A happy Monday morning to you. Welcome to my virtual hearth. I am, if you're new to my channel or my page, I am Dawna Kreis, also known as the Mental Mystic of the Hearth of the Mental Mystic. And I'm so glad you're joining me today. Every morning or every Monday morning, I do a Monday Messages, which is a reading that I do for the community. And this week, I will be using the Angels and Ancestors cards by Kyle Gray. So, how was your weekend? I hope it went well. I don't know about you, but weekends just seem to fly by around here. You look so forward to the weekend to just do whatever you want to do, and then it seems to come and go in a blink of an eye. So, but I hope it was a good one for you. I know it was a good one here. I guess the sign of a good one is that it goes by quickly. It was kind of eventful. This weekend, I posted in one of my paid groups, New Moon Reflections. We're currently in the new moon window. It opened on the 15th, but we are currently in what I like to call the potent portal, because the day before, the day of, and the day after are when we feel the energy the most. But as I was taught, the window is open 3 days before, the day of, and 3 days after. So, but as part of my paid group, I do what I call the moon reflections. I do them for the new moon and the full moon. And basically, what they are journaling prompts to get you to think of the energy that is present at that time. And I've realized that lately I've been so busy creating these things for others that I've not taken the time to utilize these tools in my own life. So yesterday I sat down and I did the uh, new moon reflection, which is where am I now? And quite honestly, at the time when I was doing it, it was my answers that I was journaling just were superficial, and they really didn't get beneath the surface. But it was later on in the day that spirit, God, the universe, whatever you choose to call that source from which we all come, whatever you choose to call it, answered the question for me. And that was when I was reminded that this source, this energy, this power, it is always with us. It is always working for us. It is, if we ask a question, it will answer it for us, but maybe not in the way that we're expecting it to. But the answer was definitely given to me, and it was actually from the outside world. And it's really a catalyst for what will be my journey to the underworld this year. And if you're not familiar with the underworld, and because you don't know about it and you equate it with hell, that's not what it is. In mythology, I believe it was Persephone who journeyed to, in Greek mythology, I believe it was Persephone that journeyed to the underworld of Hades. And basically, what the underworld represents is our inner world. We have the outer world and we have the inner world. And the inner world is the underworld. And Persephone journeyed to the underworld about the time of the last harvest, which we know as Halloween, but was known to the Celts as Samhain. And so that will be when I'm beginning my aligned with the sacred year journey. And that'll be a year-long spiritual journey. But so she journeyed to the underworld at the time of the last harvest. And then she came back up in the spring. She was reborn. And so it's actually a journey that I've taken for quite a few years. And it's just a natural cycle of going within. The Samhain or Halloween marks the beginning of the dark part of the year or winter. And the dark part of the year lasts through Imbolc or the spring. And the light part of the year starts, I think I'm remembering this correctly, starts at Beltane. And that is the beginning of summer. I want to make sure that I'm saying this correctly. So, yeah, I'll look it up later. But so it's setting the tone, it's setting my focus for the dark part of the year. And if you're interested in the group that I do the moon reflection questions in, and it's a lot more than that, but if you're interested in what that is, I will put a link. I can do that right now. It's called the Moon Manifestation Circle. And we learn to work with the energies of the moon. And it also incorporates two coaching calls, one around the time of the new moon and one around the time of the full moon. And it's interesting because Samhain or Halloween lands on the full moon this year. So we will have a moon manifestation circle on around, I believe it'll be November 1st, which is actually part of Samhain. And the participants who sign up for the Sacred Year Journey will also be participating in that circle. So I'm looking forward to that. And I will also post a link to the information for aligning with the sacred year. So I think that's about it. Oh, and I have recently started, we're just going through the housekeeping notes here. I recently started a community called the Community Hearth. And quite honestly, it is an answer to what I've been hearing from a lot of my friends recently, that Facebook is just kind of difficult to deal with right now, especially for people who are more centered in the mystical and spiritual. Yes, there are a lot of us that um, know to cultivate our newsfeed by cutting people out and just not following them anymore. But there are people who use Facebook for a different reason, and I am one of them. I use it to keep in contact with people from all areas of my life. And some of those people aren't spiritually or mystically focused. But I do want to connect with family, friends, and those people who aren't spiritually and mystically focused, because they are dear to me. And I like to know what's going on in their lives and what they're willing to share. And I want to be there for them if they have challenges. I want to be there for them. That's part of my purpose, my greater purpose. However, I am also, I've grown enough to take care of myself, to recognize my needs, and to take care of my own energy. So for that reason, I felt that a place to get away is necessary, a place where I can connect with other people who are spiritually and or mystically inclined or focused, and um, and grow, connect, grow, and evolve with them. So I created what I call the Community Hearth, and that is a place where mystically and spiritually minded people can connect with one another and grow and evolve. And it's been described as lovely and peaceful. And it's just a place where we can go to recharge, to uplift one another, because people who are of that mind are here to heal and support others in trying times. It doesn't have, you don't have to be a coach, you don't have to be a teacher, but we're all teachers in some form or another, and supporters. And so if you would like to join us, it's free to register, and I will add that in the comments as well. So I hope that you will come join us. And now with the housekeeping out of the way, I will get on with today's reading. So the question is today, what does Spirit wish to tell us? What does Spirit wish to tell us? That's just something to remember, and something that I did remind the members of my paid group is Spirit is always talking to us. It is a continual conversation. We say something, it says something. Just back and forth. And we're not always aware of it, but it's always happening. And we're not always aware of the answers that are given to us. But that's because we're often looking with our human minds. We don't stop to realize that the answer could come in the form of a song on the radio, or in the form of an advertisement on TV, or through the voice of a loved one, or even an animal that we see that we wouldn't normally see under usual circumstances. So that's something to consider. And maybe that's a good way to start the day too, is what does Spirit wish to tell me? And then just look for the answers throughout the day. So for this week's message, what does Spirit want to tell us today? Unleash the wild within. So this picture reminds me of a shaman, somebody who is aligned with the natural world. Unleash the wild within. As much as we don't like to see it, we are a part of the natural world. Just like the flora and fauna of this world, we are a part of it. And just like the fauna, we have instincts. We have intuition. It's just, we're coming out of an era of intellectualism where the intellect was put above our instincts, above intuition. If we could not prove it, if it was not something tangible, it was pushed off to the side. We're being asked to get back to that part of ourselves. Excuse me. We're being asked to get back to that part of ourselves. The intuitive, we're being asked to realign ourselves with the natural world, with the energy around us. There's energy everywhere. We are energy. Everything of this world is energy. It's just the rate it vibrates determines what its form is. So we're being asked to get back to that wild place of ourselves, that wild center, and align with the natural world, align with the spiritual world, the world of energy. And that's actually what the aligning with the sacred year is all about. Is it's about aligning ourselves with the natural rhythms of the year. And that has become my work lately and will be my work going forward, is learning to live and align, or in alignment with the universe, with the energy around us. This one up here. Dream and journey. The drum. That's one way that spirit speaks to us, is not only our dreams, which we experience when we're asleep at night, though that's the easiest way for spirit to communicate with us, is through our dreams. But also our dreams for ourselves, our dreams for our loved ones, for the world. That is how spirit communicates through us, is through our dreams. And our dreams are a catalyst for our journey through life. The Earth Guardian. Stay rooted and grounded. When we connect with the natural world, when we feel our feet solidly on the ground, then we're grounded. That is when we're most rooted in ourselves. When we're grounded, we are aligned with the earth, the natural world. When we are grounded, we are able to better experience the energy that is all around us. We are better able to experience the energy coming into us from the spiritual world. When we're not grounded, the energy all around us and the energy coming through us, the energy coming into us can basically short circuit us. So by being grounded, by being connected with solidly with the earth beneath us, the energy is able to move into us and out into the earth. Otherwise, we've got energy coming in from above, or it's not really above, it's all around us. And this energy is coming into us, in through our senses. And if we are not firmly grounded, if we're not allowing the energy to move through us, it gets built up into us and it can short circuit us. That is when we tend to lay off the handle, when we feel scattered, when we feel not all here when we feel ungrounded, and it's by grounding, imagining that we have roots in the bottoms of our feet, connecting us to the earth, deep inside the earth, like a tree. Its roots have to go very deeply so that it can withstand the winds of change, the winds of change. And we are just the same way. We have to be firmly grounded to withstand the winds of change. Another thing that I'm getting is to remind that often anxiety and sadness, depression, often that can be a disconnect from the energy, the spiritual energy around us, from spirit. That is when we tend to experience those things, is when we're not connected up here, and then not firmly grounded as well. So I think I'll do one more. I hope you enjoy these. I know I do. I look forward to it every Monday morning, just being able to spend time with you and do this for you. So, Earth Guardian, and then Spirit Fox. Trust your talents in changing times. Trust your connection. Trust being grounded, being firm footed. Trust your talents. We each have a myriad of talents that not only can get us through trying times, but that we can utilize to assist others to get through trying times. But the often these skills are devalued. We don't look at them with any sort of value because that's not the way we're taught or haven't been taught in the past. Trust those talents. You have talents. Unearth those talents because you need them, and there are a lot of people that could benefit from them as well. Whether you do it professionally or casually, no one comes into our space out of coincidence. We are here to help each other. So, with that, dear friends, I hope you have a wonderful week going forward. And until we chat again, take care of yourself. And I hope to see you again soon.